Hello, today I will be making vegan Pandesal. I will put the recipe I used in the description. For this recipe you'll need flour, almond milk, oil for greasing your baking pans, vegan butter, but I didn't have vegan butter so I substituted applesauce. Then you'll need sugar, water, salt, active dry yeast, and breadcrumbs, but do make sure they are vegan. First, you'll need to dissolve 1 teaspoon of sugar in half a cup of lukewarm water. Then add in your packet of active dry yeast, or 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. Mix it and then let it set for 5 to 10 minutes. In a pot on low heat, pour in 2 cups of almond milk and then add your 6 tablespoons vegan butter. Mix that until the butter has melted and the mixture is well combined. Let that mixture cool for 10 minutes and then put it into a stand mixer and add 3/4 cups of sugar and then mix. Now if you want your rolls more sweet, you can add up to a cup of sugar. Then add 1 teaspoon of salt in the yeast and mix it again. Then add half a cup of flour and mix until combined. Keep adding half a cup of flour at a time until you've put in 5 to 6 cups of flour. You might need to add a little more if the dough's too sticky. Then I had to switch over to a dough hook to help mix the dough more. Grease a large bowl with oil, then set it aside. And also grease a 9x13" pan, and you also might need to grease a smaller cake pan because all of my rolls didn't fit into the 9x13 pan. Then on a floured surface, knead your dough for 10 minutes. Place your dough in a greased bowl and cover with a clean towel. Let the dough rise for 1 hour. I put my dough in the oven. After the dough is risen and doubled in size, punch the dough to release some of the air bubbles. On a floured work surface, dump out your dough and divide the rolls into 20 pieces. When dividing your dough into 20 rolls, you can use a scale to help you make more evenly sized rolls. I just used a knife and eyeballed the sizes. For the breading, I used a food processor to make my breadcrumbs more finer and not have really big chunks. And you'll need half a cup of breadcrumbs and roll each dough to completely cover it. Now if your dough isn't sticky enough and the breadcrumbs aren't sticking, you might need to use either water or oil and lightly spritz each roll. Cover the rolls with a clean towel and let rest for an hour. Again, I kept mine in the oven with the light on. After the rolls have rested, they should have doubled in size in the pan, and then you bake. Bake the Pandesal at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 25 minutes. The smaller pan took 22 minutes, and the 9x13 pan took about 24 minutes. And this is how my Pandesal turned out. I probably could have baked my larger pan for the full 25 minutes, but it still turned out pretty good. This recipe made a lot of rolls, so I ended up giving the smaller pan to a friend, and they were really good. They're really sweet, but not too sweet. So I definitely recommend trying this recipe.